Welcome to yoga. Welcome to this practice. My name is Janet Stone from San Francisco. I'm a global yoga ambassador. I am joined by Peter and Leahy, just grateful for their presence and their practice. So you'll see that Leahy will be modifying. So you yourself at home, take this opportunity to really listen to the wisdom of your body, to slow down when you need to modify where you need to. She'll be showing some beautiful examples. Today, we're invoking this inner wisdom of the body and the fluidity of life, sort of as we stand on the shore in a sense and watch these waves come and go, that our body is so filled with water. We are so much of this element. So many of the movements today hold that essence of fluid, water, and flow. So again, take care of yourself and move with us in your own pace. So come seated. We'll spin the palms down, resting tall through the spine, and close your eyes. Notice first just the flow of the breath in and out. No force, just watching. Almost again like you're standing on the shore of the ocean, that your breath are the waves lapping at the shore. And you don't see any force happening there as the waves push in and pull out. The winds making the waves either larger or smaller. This too exists in your own body. Imagine the waves growing slightly, deeper breaths in, deeper breaths out. A few more breaths here, establishing the growing waves. Beautiful. Keeping that breath, bring the hands to prayer at the heart. Thumbs touch in toward the sternum. This is often called prayer or Anjali Mudra, a seal of the hands. We're going to open it up a little bit, almost like the fingertips open into a flower. So it's only the pinky and thumb stay together. And look down, almost as if a lotus flower, looking down into this. Each lotus flower that we see, each flower that we see is nourished by roots, so the deep bones, the sit bones, nourished by light, warmth in your own body, by the air around it, and by the water, of course. So as we look down, we lengthen through the back of the neck, through the crown of the head, looking into the heart of our own being, in a sense. What is nourishment? Creating an intention for this practice, clear, powerful intention. Could be healing, could be your own ease of suffering, maybe for someone else. Could be vitality, strength. And bringing the fingers back together in this Anjali Mudra. And then come onto your hands and your knees. Your fingertips will face the top of the mat. And again, invoking this sense of fluidity, fingers spread wide, and we'll take our shoulders in big circles to the right, and our hips go along with. So possibly the hips move all the way to the right, back by the heels, and up the left side. And a couple more. The waves of the breath still washing in and washing out. So we come up the left side, let's change sides to the left, back by the heels, up and around, and maybe close your eyes here. Water carries with it a sense of intuition. You watch as the ice melts from the mountains, flowing down through crevices, past rocks, under, around. the intuitive nature almost of streams and rivers, and last big circle. And we'll come back through a center point. From here, exhale, bring the hips back to the heels, fingertips reach toward the top of the mat. Long through the side body. Inhale, come forward again, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale and back. Hands and knees, inhale. 2 more. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. From hands and knees, we'll send down through that left shin. Pick the right knee up, and you're going to pull the right knee to that left armpit. You're going to open it to the right, circle it out to the right, up and around. We'll come through that 3 more. So underneath the body, to the left, to the right, up and around. Just see the mobility through that hip. Last one. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to open that right knee to the right, extend the right leg out off the mat, toes facing toward the top of the mat. Inhale here, we'll walk the hands forward, halfway in, and then slide that right arm underneath the left armpit. Right arm underneath the left armpit. Take a few breaths here, wrapping the breath through the shoulders. Last full breath. Unwind that right arm, walking the hands back up. As you walk them up, spin the right toes to the right. Come up balancing on that left knee. Here we're going to bend that right knee. As we bend in, sinking that left thigh down, hands will come to prayer at the heart. You can open it up into that lotus mudra. Yeah, so hands pressing in as you exhale. Inhale, they press out. Exhale, they come in. Inhale, they press out. 2 more. Exhale, they come in. And out. 1 more. And opening out. And then extend through the fingers, stay here. Beautiful. Release the hands down, either edges of the mat. Heel toe your right foot forward just a little bit, toes face about 45 degrees from the mat. We'll make big circles with that right knee, with the hip. Bring breath through that right hip. Change directions now. Beautiful. And slowly coming back, hands and knees. We'll make big circles again. Hips to the right, back by the heels, up the left side. Close the eyes. Imagining the breath as it washes down the spine, down the vertebra. And change directions to the left. Hips come to the left, back and around, up the right side. Any stiffness around the spine softens, becomes more supple. Beautiful. Come back, hands and knees. Send down to that right shin. That left knee draws over to the right armpit. Left knee opens to the left, up and around. A few more. Last big loop. Beautiful. Now we open that left knee to the left, extend the left leg out, left foot down. Begin to walk the hands forward. Dive that left arm underneath the right. Deep breaths here. Keep hugging in through that right hip. Slowly unwinding it, walking the hands under the shoulders for a moment. Spin the left toes out, start to walk the hands all the way up. Hands come to prayer at the heart. Bend that left knee. Opening the hands, if you'd like, into that lotus expression, so the fingertips open here, right at the heart. Exhale. Inhale, it opens out. Exhale, in. And again, expand it, almost like the tides. Again, this opening and closing, rising and falling. Last one, extend out. Stay here, expanding out. Beautiful. Taking the hands down on the mat wide, heel toe the left foot in, slightly toes forward and a little bit to the left, big circles here. Be on your fingertips or palms flat. Close the eyes, a couple breaths. And change direction, so circling around now to the right. And then slow it down, bringing that left knee back, curl the toes under. We'll come back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, we're going to set ourselves, in a sense, on a Ferris wheel, meaning belly pulls in, spine begins to round, bring the shoulders over the wrists, bend the knees, send the hips down and back. Bring the hips up, back behind you, come forward, down, back, and up, forward, down, back, and up. A few more rounds. Beautiful. And back, downward facing dog. Pause here. The flow of the breath, waves on the shore. Feeling the body strong yet supple. Bringing the big toes in to touch. Inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Bend the knee and open that right hip. Keep hugging the left hip back. Maybe roll the right ankle in little circles. Change directions of circles. As you exhale, pull that right knee to the right tricep as you come forward into plank. Take it back up, open the hip, open the knee. 2 more. Bring it forward. And then bring it back up. And again, bring it forward. This time, step that right foot outside the right hand. Left knee up or down, right arm reaches up. And then it reaches back toward the back of the mat, scoops down to the ground, forward and up. 3 more. It reaches back, down, forward, and up. 2 more big circles. What's that sense of it washing through the water? Last big circle, reaching the right arm up. Pause here. And take the right hand down inside the right foot. Here, we're going to let that left thigh sink down, but keep the leg straight if possible. If you need the knee down, that's fine. Curl the heart forward. Pushing softly through that back heel. And then we're going to push into the ground and pull lightly up, chin in. Belly in. Again, dropping the thigh slightly toward the earth. Curl the heart forward. And up. Exhale and in. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Come to neutral here. Reach the left arm in front of the mat. And then spin all the toes you have to the right. So all the toes will spin. You'll be on the outer edge of that left foot. Left hip sinks so it hovers just above the ground. Reach the right arm back. Beautiful. Pause here for a moment, lifting through the heart, through the collarbones. Then, swoop the arm overhead, reach the right hip up to the sky. Inhale. And let it float down, float the right arm back. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Now you're going to look over the left shoulder. Right hand's going to root down. The right toes spin forward. Spin on the ball of the left foot. Then stay low. Pull that left knee back. So now you're both hands inside the left foot. Left knee, left hip, and shoulders all in one line. Stay here, hands on the ground, or extend them out to the sides. We'll lift up a little bit, and we'll lower down a little bit. We'll lift up a little bit, so you can see the strength through their right leg, the power through the left, and that undulation. 2 more. So from their center, all the way out through the crown, deep through the legs. Last one, they lift up, and then they lower in. Look forward toward that right foot, hands on either side of the right foot. Walk the left toes in a few inches, and then fold over the right leg. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, fold in. Shift the weight into the front leg. You'll bring that left leg up, level with the left hip. Doesn't have to be higher. If it comes higher, that's fine. But then we'll pull that left knee in next to the right, pull the chin into the chest, then open the left knee up to the left. So open it out to the side, circle it up to the sky, and then back in. So you've made a full circle with the left knee. 3 more. Goes up, around, draws back in. 2 more. Last big circle. Here, bend that right knee as well, pulling the left knee into the nose, pull everything in. Beautiful, stepping the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Again, bend the knee and open the hip. So now you feel like you've really earned this. That breath through the hip. Right leg up to the sky, lowering the right foot down. Knees come down. Hips pull back to the heels. And then look forward and pull yourself through. Cobra. If it's easier for you to bring the elbows down, that's another variation. Sphinx. Exhale, come down. Pull the hips back toward the heels. Curl your toes under. And downward facing dog. So pausing here in downward facing dog, letting the heels rest down to the earth. But keep that breath, that movement. The waves of the breath crashing deep onto the shore and your own lungs. And in that undulation, in that movement, also finding a steadiness. Beautiful. We'll come into that Ferris wheel again, coming forward, shoulders over the wrists, bend the knees, roll it back, up and around. So we get moments of movement in the wrists and the shoulders, knees, hips, ankles, toes. Everything comes alive. Bringing some of that sweet fluidity all the way through. Last big circle. And then back, downward facing dog. Rooting down through that right foot, left leg slowly to the sky. Bend the knee and open the hip. Inhale here, rolling that ankle in little circles. So we don't think about our ankle very often, keeping some fluidity, change directions. And stabilize it. Inhale here, exhale, draw that left knee to the left tricep. And bring it back up and open it. 2 more. Last one. Bringing that left foot softly outside that left hand. Knee down or up, that right knee down or up, the left arm up to the sky. Circle the left arm back, down, forward, and up. 3 more. Again, just bringing the breath, feeling that movement through the shoulder. Last one, it comes up and open. Stay here. Left hand down inside the left foot. The right thigh can sink lightly down as we curl the heart forward. Exhale, push into the earth, chin in, lift lightly up, belly up. Inhale, sink it down, open it up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come to that neutral space, reaching the right hand forward. Spin the left toes to the left. Come on the outer edge of the right foot. Sink the right hip lightly in. Reach the left arm back toward the back of the mat. Here, lift the left hip up. Float the left arm up and overhead. And then back down again. Again, lifting it up. Float the left arm forward and up. Side body opening and back down. 2 more. Beautiful. Left hand comes down, spinning the toes forward. Spin that right heel down. Now you're going to come back to that right inner leg. Hands can be down or arms can be out wide. Keeping right hip, right knee, shoulders in line. Press into the earth, lift up a little bit, and then lower in a little bit. So that movement is really the inner legs. Keep going a few more. Like we feel our inner rivers flowing. 3 more. That rising up. You see the strength through Peter's leg all the way through his ankle, deep into his foot. This takes a lot of hugging the legs in. Last one. Look forward toward that front foot. Spin the hands on either side of that left foot. Step the right toes in slightly. Fold over the left leg. Inhale once. Lengthen. Hug that left hip back. Exhale. Fold in. Shift the weight into that left leg. Right leg comes up. Level with the right hip. Big circles with the right knee. It comes near the left, opens to the right, comes up and around. 3 more. Last one. Beautiful. Now drawing the right knee in, bend the left knee as well, curl everything in. Step the right foot back. Downward dog, left leg to the sky, bend the knee and open the hip. Keep drawing that right hip back. Keep the hands rooted. Beautiful. Left leg comes up. Lower the left foot down. Come forward into plank. Knees will come down, hips pull back to the heels. Again, like a wave floating forward, cobra or sphinx. You see the root down through the shins. Long through the sacrum. Exhale, lower down, hips back to the heels. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. You can bend one knee and then bend the other, almost like you're pedaling through that water. And straighten out the legs, heels go heavy toward the earth. Deep breath here. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. And again, inhale. Open the feet about as wide as your hips or as wide as the mat, depending on how much space you think you might need. All the way in through the hips. Walk the hands back toward the feet. A little bend in the knees, heavy in the head. Soft in the hands. Chin in. We're going to round up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, come on up. As you come up, pushing the feet into the earth, we're going to reach the arms back behind us, lifting up through the heart. They're going to come up and around, and exhale, we'll fold back in. Heavy head, knees bent, press in, round up, inhale. Keep inhaling, reach the arms back, up and around. Exhale, fold in. Round up slowly. Soft wrists, fingers. Keep inhaling, reaching back, up and around. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. This time, reach all the way back up. Stay here. Keep the fingers strong, the feet strong. Right arm reaches down the right side of the body, left arm up and over. You can take that left arm and swoop it across the front body, down to the earth, up and around. Couple more. Stay here, reaching to the right, and come on up. We'll change sides. Left hand slides down onto the hip or the thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. You can stay more static, or again, you could take 3 big circles across the body, to the right, up and around. Beautiful. Reaching it all the way up and over toward the left. And come up, reach both arms up. Arms open about as wide as the shoulders, strong from the pelvic floor, the belly, all the way up to the heart, through the fingers. And here we're going to roll our fingers and our wrists in little circles as well. So for wringing out tension that hangs out in the wrists and fingers and change directions. Beautiful. And slowly begin to bend the knees. Interlace the hands back behind you. Grab a strap if you need to, or hold on to a towel, or hold the opposite elbows. Let the hands, if possible, fall toward the top of the mat. Shake out the head a little bit, maybe rock a little to the right, a little bit to the left. Beautiful. Slowly releasing the hands back down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen fingertips on the earth. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. Big toes come in toward each other. Inhale, right leg back to the sky. Bend the knee and open the hip. And this time again, one round, we'll draw that right knee to the right tricep. So exhale, draw the right knee forward toward the right tricep. Bring it back up, open the knee. This time, we'll flip on the outer edge of the left foot, dropping that right foot down, reaching the right arm forward. If you modify, the left knee will be down. And then bringing the right hand back down. This time we'll pick up that right foot, draw it underneath the body. For the modification, right knee is down underneath the right hip. Otherwise, spin on the inner edge of the left foot. Right leg extends out. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Left hand down, right leg back up to the sky. Reaching it all the way back up. Right foot outside the right hand once again. Left hip sinks down. Curl the heart forward. This time you can come up on your fingertips. Push back through that back foot. Back knee can be down or up. Exhale, bend the elbows. If you've got some space, get that right armpit in front of the right shin. You can take the hands down here. You can also lift them up and extend the arms out to the sides. So you're either supporting yourself here or you're flying. Collarbones forward. If The hands are up, placing them back down. Come up slightly, shoulders level with that right knee. Spin the left heel down. We'll walk it back to the back of the mat once again. This time we're going to spin the right toes up and sink down. You might want to sit on a block here. Otherwise, you're hovering, really pushing through that right heel, hands to prayer, or into the lotus. Lift up through the heart, left armpit if possible in front of the left shin. Open up through the heart to the right. Stay here. You can open the arms wide, or you can bind back by that left hip. Deep movement in the hips, deep breath all the way through the spine. Last full breath here. If you're bound, releasing it, look forward toward your right foot, bend the right knee. You can walk your hands forward as you spin that left heel back to the sky. So here you are, back at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right shoulder if possible underneath the right knee. You can hold onto that right ankle or float the arms out wide. Or the hands can be down as well. So you see the amount of work that's happening. You might feel it in and around the hip. Pull the breath in. Keep strong in that back leg. If you need to bring the back knee down, last full breath, you can bring it down. Heart still goes wide. When you're ready, releasing it, downward facing dog, right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. So you'll see here, it's really easy to let that left hip go forward, but keep that extension back. It's like you're lifting up through the heel of the left hand. Right leg up to the sky. Lower the right foot down. Come forward into plank. Knees come down, hips pull back. This length from fingertips to the sit bones, pull through cobra. You feel that strength through the ankles, through the shins. Exhale, lower in, hips back to the heels. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Heels heavy to the earth, left leg up to the sky, bend that knee, open the hip. One round here, knee into that left tricep. Shoulders over the wrists, back up. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then bring that left foot outside that left hand. Let it land softly. Again, sink the right hip down, up on the fingertips or palms or blocks. That lifting up and that curling, that sense of connecting in. From that connection to the earth, really hugging it back, sinking that right thigh lightly down. Again, you can have that knee down. Inhale, last breath. Exhale, bend the elbows. You can stay here if you can get that left armpit in front of the shin. You can have the hands down. You can open the arms out wide. The amount of work on that back leg. The freedom through the heart here. The flow of the breath. Go soft in the jaw, soft around the eyes. Last full breath. If the hands are up, they come down. Spin that right heel down. We'll pull back inside that right leg. So here again is where you spin the left toes up. Grab a couple blocks if you need it. Sit back on the blocks. Push into that left heel. Hands to prayer. Again, you can open it more into that lotus mudra. Rest here. Right armpit, if possible, in front of the right shin. Look over the left shoulder. Stay here, expand out, or bind back by the right hip. Lots of breath. Releasing it out. Look forward toward those left toes. We'll walk it forward once again. Spin that right heel up. Land here. Inhale, lengthen. Then if you have the space, left shoulder inside and underneath that left knee. If not, you can have the hands down or elbows down. Otherwise, thread and you can hold that left ankle or float the arms out. Beautiful. Hands come down, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, bend the knee, open the hip. Here, we're going to spin on the outer edge of the right foot, drop that left foot back behind. So now we find that openness. Find the modification if you need. Beautiful. Left hand comes down. Slide the left leg underneath. Spin on the inner edge of the right foot. Modify where you need. Right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Right hand comes down. Step back to plank. Knees come down. Hips pull back to the heels. Look forward. Pull through. Cobra or Sphinx. Exhale. Lower in. Come up on your fingertips. Inhale this time forward, but then also to the right, and look over the right shoulder. Exhale and down. Draw the belly back to the spine. Inhale left. Exhale. We'll do that one more time. To the right, inhale. Exhale. To the left. Exhale. Here, press into the earth, open the knees. We come back to child's pose. Yeah, so sweet here. Let the hips, if you'd like, rock a little side to side. This is extended child, so the arms are out. Again, you can have this moment of lengthening, spaciousness, the waves of breath in between. Bend the elbows, if you'd like, prayer up to the sky. But make that opening through the fingers here as well, if you'd like. You see on those flowers, the bees, the droplets of nectar. This is always present and available. When we pause, we take the time. We notice the potency, the preciousness of each breath. Beautiful, slowly releasing out. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. We'll take the feet wide as the mat, or at least as wide as the hips. Walk the hands back toward the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Bend your knees and thread that right shoulder inside and back behind that right knee. You can hold on to your right ankle, or you can bind the hands back by that right hip. Press through the feet evenly, straighten out the legs, looking over the left shoulder. If you want to take it up to a balance, you can take it up, otherwise stay here. Releasing it out. Inhale, lengthen, and change. Left shoulder inside and back behind. Bind by that left hip, pushing evenly through both feet. Look over the right shoulder. So as you look over the right shoulder, the length through the crown of the head. Again, possibly your hands are holding on to your pants or a towel or a strap. And slowly release out. Walk the hands forward once again. Knees open wide, set the knees down. Curl the toes under, walk the hands back. You're sitting on your heels now. Let the hands rest on the thighs. If possible, the knees are down. This requires a little bit of love and flexibility through your feet. For a modification, you can come without the toes tucked, just sitting on your heels, or even elevate onto a block. And we'll take the left hand back behind that left thigh. If you need your hand on a block for that elevation or on the earth, right arm will swing across all the way up and around, and swing it across the body again, reaching toward the left And then the right hand comes back behind the right thigh. Left arm comes across, up and around. Reach it all the way to the right, like a circle and a half, and then back again. We'll come through 2 more full rounds. Big circle back to the left and to the right. So we find a twist here as well. Beautiful. Slowly coming back towards center, both hands come down, knees draw in all the way toward each other, untuck the toes, sit back on the heels, hands on either sides of the heels, curl up, push up, exhale, fold in, belly to the thighs, melt in. Inhale again, round up, scoop up. Fold in. Round up. Fold in. Last one. Round up. Curl up. Hands on either sides of the knees now, maybe with the hands on blocks or up on your fingertips, or the hands can be flat. Curl in, pull the belly in, and here we'll lift the shins. We'll lift up maybe onto the tops of the toes, chin into the chest, shins down, curl the heart forward. So build this connection, this fluidity. 3 more. All the way in through the toes, shins down, open up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Come all the way up, hands to prayer at the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, we can take a modified twist with the left forearm across the thigh or down on a block or the earth, or if you can cross that left elbow outside the right thigh. Hands to prayer, press in toward the earth. Keep both sit bones reaching back evenly. Unwind, come back up, have a seat, and change. Exhale. Modified variation. You can even deepen in if you'd like. Trust your breath. Beautiful. Come back up, have a seat. And then we'll take the hands on either sides of the feet. Knees are still together. Fold in, balasana. If you can take the backs of the hands into the arches of the feet, fold all the way in. The sense of releasing down, softening. As if the waves are growing ever smaller. As if the waters are calming, more reflective. Slowly round up. Cross the ankles back behind you. Come back all the way back onto your back. And here we'll hug the knees back into the chest. And we'll roll the knees in circles. We'll change directions. Beautiful. Keep holding the right knee. Extend that left leg down the mat. Take a pause here. Let the shoulders rest down toward the earth. You can take, if you'd like, half happy baby, the right hand on the outer edge of the right foot, or wrap a strap around that right foot, and pull the right knee down. Take the left hand on the upper left thigh bone, press down. So you can modify with a strap. If there's a desire to deepen in here, you can thread that right shoulder in front of the right knee and then rest in here. You can also take the left hand outside that right foot and begin to extend it or simply rest. And then slowly, wherever you are, releasing it out, hug both knees into the chest. And then we'll change, extending that right leg down. Half happy baby, if you've got that space, right palm on that right thigh, drawing the left knee down. There's a little resistance, meaning that left foot pushes into that left hand slightly. Stay here. You're modifying left knee back behind that left shoulder. Resting here, finding your place. We're extending. Wherever you are, slowly releasing once again. Knees hug in, like you really love each knee equally. Little circles. And slowly letting the whole body rest into Shavasana. Before we rest entirely in, wrap your arms around yourself like you're going to give yourself a big hug. Rock a little right, a little bit left. Open up the shoulder blades away from each other. Pour the back of the heart into the earth and then slowly release the hands out. That final resting, palms up. Again, the water becomes more reflective, less undulation, less wild pounding. As if we can rest into that clarity. When you're ready, begin to inhale, float the arms overhead, stretch the toes, get long, reach in all directions, and then hug the knees deep into the chest. Roll yourself over to your right side. Rest here for one moment, just that pouring into the earth. Use your left hand, slowly come seated. Hands back to prayer at the heart. Open those fingers again, this intention that we carry, so that we can clearly walk in the direction of our deepest longing. So in the sense, this flower carries that, this opening of our own heart. Thank you for joining us, for taking the time out of your day, for finding your own breath and the waves of the inhale and exhale. Wishing you a beautiful day. Om Namaste.